All right, welcome back to the channel. This is Coach Ware. We're finishing up our coverage of different stunts up front. We've talked about eats and ties, nats and tans. We did in and out. We talked in the previous video that you could do some full line slides where all guys are going, strong side or weak side gaps. Again, not something that we really did a whole lot of with the 4-2-5 defense. It's obviously in there that you can run it, but we didn't see any real reasons to do so. So again, it's something that you can do, but that's up to you. Uh, in this video, we're going to talk about a three-man stunt that we ran. I really like this one. We didn't run it as much the past few years as we did years previous, but it can be pretty lethal, and it's just something that's not really seen a whole lot at the high school level. So we'll work backside first, and then we'll talk about what everybody has in terms of gaps. Again, it's nice when you run your stunts. It's not going to impact your coverage at all. The only time that would be the case is we did get into some more intricate uh, stunts with our linebackers where we actually walked backers up and ran stunt combinations with our defensive linemen. So I'll have some film breakdown on those, but those will come a little bit later when we get into the more advanced stuff. All right, so starting with the backside, this is always a strong side stunt. So this is only going to happen to the end, to the strong side. And we'll talk about why that is here in just a sec. So nose, he's actually going to go and slant to the strong side A gap. Okay, so that's a go now. He's working a move as he does it. Nothing too crazy. The tackle to the strong side, he's actually going to slant, and his job is to get to the outside. So he's a contained player now. We You can do this where your defensive end is going to set him up, and we talked about that if he gets this guy to open up and turn his hips off, he can attack that inside shoulder just because he doesn't really have a true way to close him back off. If it's a pass, usually this is a stunt that we tried only to utilize during passing downs. It could be run in the run game, but wasn't something that we thought would be as good. So we just predominantly try to run it against passing down scenarios. So your defensive end, he's got a bit of a ways to go. You've got to have a guy that's fairly quick, and at this day and age with defensive ends in this defense, that's generally the case. So he can take a one step or two step to kind of set that tackle up, and then he's going to loop to the backside A gap. The way that I taught this, so I didn't always say that it had to hit to this A gap. What I told that defensive end is that when you're going into your loop, you're essentially filling the gap that's created somewhere between the strong side and weak side A gaps. So if this nose guard does a good job slanting, and he's going to pull that center with him, and then the guard here passes off the tackle to the tackle and comes down on the nose, and this guard ends up working backside, whatever whatever their protection may be, then you're hitting that weak side A gap. But it didn't always pan out that way. We didn't always do a two-step upfield and then go. Sometimes they went right now. It just depends on that player's skill set. So in terms of gap responsibility, your Mike now is going to take that B gap, and now your Will is also going to take the B gap to the weak side. So it took me forever to find film on this. It is a complex one. Sometimes we didn't run it right, or it was sloppy, but it is a good one if you practice it and you can get it run well and mastered. So we'll take a look at a clip where we ran this in a scrim. Three-man stunt. So this was a scrimmage game. So expectations in terms of, running it to the best of your ability aren't exactly there. I say that because we'll watch this and we'll make critiques into the technique for it. So we'll start here with the nose, and then we'll watch the tackle, and then we'll talk through the defensive end. So for this one again, the nose is going to slant to the strong side A gap. The tackle is going to then slant to the outside C gap and contain, and then the end is going to loop. Thinking back to it again, we may have changed our philosophy on this in terms of one step, and it may have been a two-step, a three-step, or you're going immediately. Again, it's something that you change and manipulate as needed based on the skill set. Okay, so we'll watch the nose, see if he does a good job. So I love it. He brings a cross chop. Again, we want to see moves with the slants. Obviously, they're running a tunnel screen here, so the offensive linemen are passing off. Again, this is something important too to talk about, to make sure that when you're running your stunts and blitzes and whatnot, don't always do it against pass plays. Don't always do it against run. Make sure that you're getting screened, because what I've found is difficult to retrace when your mind is set on whatever stunt or blitz combo that you have. So that was actually an area where, I didn't do a really good job of it, and it cost us at times. And it was something that I noticed in my coaching that I made corrections, and we got better at it as the years progressed. Okay, so now we'll watch the three technique here, see if he does a good job of getting out. So good job slanting, and then sees it late and retraces late. Okay, we'll watch the defensive end. So the end, he takes 2 steps and kind of hops. I would like to see that inside foot go, then plant hard, and then he's kind of looping wide. Again, not great against a tunnel screen. And with that, we'd like to see him see that and retrace. So, I wish I could find some other film on this. I had a real difficult time finding it, but just kind of gives you an idea what it looks like.